a West Bloomfield resident and artist whose art is being hung up at the West Bloomfield Township Town Hall and actually was recognized at the recent West Bloomfield Township Board meeting, is joining us here on the Splash Live. And we want to welcome Ari Chekan and his mom, Michelle Chekan, to the Splash. Thank you so much for joining us.
Ari.
We appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you so much again, Michelle and Ari. So just talking to you, Ari, specifically, you've been recognized by the West Bloomfield Township, and now your art is being hung up in the town hall. Can you just first describe your artistic journey and what initially drew you to art and to where you are right now as an artist?
After finishing Project Surge, my mom wanted me to sign me up for Soul Studio, which is the adult version of Friendship Circle, which provides an art program in mixed media, ceramics, and sewing.
Interesting. So your artistic and creative side kind of drew into this, and you continue your artistic journey from there, essentially. So I see that you went into glazing. You end up kind of donating your art of glazing. Can you just talk about how the glazing class that you took, influenced your artistic style?
This is part of ceramics, and my patterns I do are usually for mixed media, which is drawing.
Okay, very interesting. Now, Michelle, can you talk to us real quick? Being his mom, can you just talk about how important it is to be his support, his backbone, and the artistic and creative endeavors that he has?
Well, first of all, his grandmother is a huge artist. She's incredibly talented. I'm a musician, so there's definitely the artistic creativity background in our family. And Ari is both musical and artistic, but he's always enjoyed drawing and painting and ceramics. So when there was the opportunity for us to join Soul Center through Friendship Circle, we immediately took advantage of it. He's been doing it since 2019, and he does it twice a week. And it's a fantastic program for adults with special needs, being able to express their creativity.
I love that. I love that Ari has that outlet, and I love even more that you are there to support him, Mom. Make sure that he has someone that says you're doing a great job. I'm here for you. If you need a ride, you need whatever the case may be, I'm right there for you. It just makes it all the well better on the journey. Now, Ari, getting back to you specifically, this piece that you have hung up in the town hall. Can you talk a little bit more about that specifically? And I believe it came from another exhibit also. Can you just talk about the motivation to creating it, and then just talk about it overall being hung up?
It came from another art show at Soul Studio that already happened before the current one, but I don't remember what the previous show was called.
I don't know.
So how does it feel having your art being featured in the West Bloomfield Township Town Hall?
I don't know what to say because I just didn't know it was going to be in the town hall until my mom told me.
And I know it has to feel great just knowing that any and everyone will be able to see it, will be able to know that your name is associated with it, and the art and creativity behind it came from a local artist. So I just want to congratulate you again on having that accomplishment. Can you just talk about the creative process behind creating these ceramics in a piece like that is featured at the town hall, please?
First, how do I make a pattern drawing? First, I get a piece of paper and draw the lines with pencils, and then I color the shapes in with different colors. And that's how I do a pattern drawing via the mixed media department. When ceramics came along, I decided to incorporate that into the glazing department of ceramics.
That's very, very interesting too, Ari, because I know it's completely different. Like you said, it is mixed media arts. It starts with the idea, it goes into a drawing, then you actually turn into a physical, tangible object also. Are there any types of inspirations that go behind the colors or the patterns that you select when you do these geometric patterns?
When I make one, I think about stained glass windows.
Interesting, interesting. Where does that inspiration or that draw to glass windows come from? How would you describe that?
I've seen stained glass windows everywhere.
Interesting. Yeah, so it kind of draws you to it. Now, it is a beautiful and unique piece of art. I would call these different types of stained glass windows. So I understand that too. It is something that kind of draws your eye to it. I want to kind of get into Soul Studios now, if you don't mind. Arya, can you just talk about how Soul Studios, a place like that, creates such a safe space for you to be able to create these arts that we have in the town hall also?
So when I got into the program, I decided to first join the mixed media department first. And that's how I started coming up with pattern drawings. And then I started doing ceramics after.
What do you want people to feel, react? Oh, go ahead, please, please, Michelle.
So Soul Center actually hasn't been around. I don't know how many years the Soul Center part of
the adult program began in 2014, but they moved into the building in 2016.
Perfect. So in 2016, it's this incredible space that they bring in professional artists to help the special needs artists to help create their visions and their drawings. Ari's always been a very linear thinker, and he definitely does everything freehand. And his colors, this is an interesting, the piece that this piece is hung up is not his usual color palette. He usually does very bright colors like yellows and blues and whites and reds. This is a very interesting color palette because it's very different. So I don't know if it's because it was done in, March, that it was snowy and cold, but he always thinks in that way. It's very straight, linear, and he's got excellent drawing abilities to make things so straight and even.
That's a great point, Michelle. Now, and asking you, continuing on with you real quick, Michelle, if you don't mind, why do you feel like Ari's participation in Soul Studio and having his art featured in Submerged and Town Hall and different exhibits, why do you feel like that's important for his creative and artistic journey?
Well, it's a space that he feels safe in, and that they really encourage creativity and making products like drawings and ceramic pieces. And for him to be a part of a group and an organization that he's grown with. We've been a part of Friendship Circle since 2004.
And that was before even the Mirror Center opened up in 2005.
Yep. And so he's been a part of them forever. And it's just like a second home for us. And they are incredibly encouraging and nurturing. So for myself, a mother of an adult who has special needs, it's very important to bring out their best qualities and their most enjoyable circumstance, so they love what they do and they love where they are and they just love everything about it. And he couldn't be happier there. And so it makes me, anything that makes him happy makes me happy. And I will continue to support him in whatever he wants to do.
As a parent, I completely understand that, Mom. Trust me, I get it. And join us right here on the Splash Live, welcoming West Bloomfield resident and artist Ari Chekan and his mom, Michelle Chekan, talking about his art being featured in the West Bloomfield Township Town Hall and him recently being recognized for his artistic achievements and accomplishments also. So, Ari, just getting to you real quick, if you don't mind, do you plan to explore any other modes or methods of art beyond ceramics? Do you see yourself exploring beyond that?
Well, back in 2022, in 2023, I did try a little bit of fiber sculpturing, but then that workshop stopped after summer 2023. So I went back to ceramics and drawing.
Okay, I understand that. Now, what do you want people to feel? What do you want people to take away when they view your art, when they see your art at the town hall, they see it at exhibits? How do you want them to feel?
I want them to feel happy because it reminds them of all the colors and everything.
I'm hoping he might get into maybe a little different media to expand his horizons. But he never did ceramics before last year, so I'm so thrilled that he's doing different types of ceramics.
I started doing ceramics in Seoul back in early 2020, before even the pandemic shut everything down.
Yes, but I love that he's in ceramics and his drawings, and you know, it's so great. I just want him to do what makes him happy and what he feels like encourages his artistic ability.
Yep. Whatever his soul draws to, whatever you're naturally drawn to and attracted to, Ari, we're always here to support it. Once again, congratulations on everything you've achieved so far. We're so happy that you're being recognized again. Ari Chekan and his mom, Michelle Chekan, West Bloomfield residents and local artists, join us here on the Splash Live. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having us today.